What is up, IDP Army? It's your man Jordan Rains, and we got a special show today. Jaylon Smith, linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys, has been released. We are going to talk about some of the fantasy football fallout of that release, players who are going to be seeing more playing time, and where Jaylon may end up before the end of this season, and just go over the situation writ large. So stick around. It's going to be a good show. Won't be a long one, but this is pretty big stuff. So we're definitely going to give this its own show. So let's rock and roll, baby.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
All right, welcome, man. Like I said, guys, gals, boys, girls, Jaylon Smith has been released. It's known on this show, it's known by anybody who watches me that I like Jaylon Smith. I think he's a bit underrated as a linebacker. That being said, I did tweet this out earlier this week. Last week. This was a week ago today. Okay, I give up. This picture a guy put up, Joey Ickes on Twitter, and it's basically a picture. If you're not watching the YouTube, you should be. But if you're listening to the podcast, it's Jaylon Smith. I mean, it's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I can't even describe it to you. He looks like he's attempting to bat a pass that's 8 feet away from him. He's fully stretched out. I mean, he's giving it everything he's got, but I mean, it's laughable. And I subtweeted quote tweeted it, said, "Okay, I give up. I'm kind of done sticking up for him." I was just sitting on my couch and I was scrolling through Twitter. And I saw that. I just started dying laughing. I was like, wow. So, what does this mean for me personally? One, the boys on the OP pod, the OP show, which is on this channel, go check that out. I owe a fireball bet now because I think it was Billy and I took either side, Leighton Vander Esch and Jaylon Smith. I said Jaylon Smith would be the better linebacker for Dallas this year. He said it would be LVE. We do fireball shots over there whenever we do these over-under bets, and I got to pay up soon. So that kind of sucks. He hasn't said anything about it yet, but I know he's thinking about it. So there's that. I got to pay that up. But what does this mean for Jaylon Smith? What does this mean for the Cowboys? And what does this mean for IDP fantasy football? That's really what we want to know. So a couple of things. First, the Cowboys cut him knowing full well they still have to pay him some money. $7.12 million. Adam Scheffler said that the Cowboys still owe Jaylon for this season. Another kind of, punch in the gut for this guy is, I mean, you remember in the offseason, he's one of the players that actually paid up to get his number changed. He had to buy all the old inventory, all the old Cowboys jerseys that said Smith on them, buy them out so he could get number 9, which is like his super secret number for some sort of quantum physics stuff that he's into. And now he's played 4 games in this jersey. Wild. So on Sleeper, they gave a little report. He was second round pick. He probably would have been a first round pick had he not been injured coming out. 154 tackles last year, which was a huge season. And let's just go ahead and talk about what he's been doing on this team this year. As of the moment he got cut, he was 3rd on the team in overall tackles and 3rd on the team in solo tackles, tying Leighton Vander Esch. Curious, Leighton Vander Esch has started 3 games, played 4. Jaylon started 2, played 4. So Leighton Vander Esch has actually played a little bit more, but tackle for tackle, they're literally stride for stride. Vander Esch this year has actually put up a few more impact plays than Jaylon Smith, which I find kind of curious. But what does this really mean? This is a huge boon for Leighton Vander Esch and Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is 4th on the team in tackles right now. He's been playing some defensive end, but he's going to start playing in the middle more often than not. This last game, week 4, he was back playing a majority of his snaps in the linebacker position versus the edge, which he'd been doing the previous 2 weeks. He's versatile, but again, what does this mean? This means their stock is both up. I moved Micah Parsons ahead of Jaylon Smith in the Ultimate IDP Index. If you are not in the index, join the Patreon. Check out the Black Ops tier, and you can go check out the index. It's got all kinds of IDP information, IDP data. It's tiered rankings, it's injury tracker, it's snap counts, it's all kinds of stuff all in there that myself and a couple other guys curate for you all. So go check that out. I also moved up Leighton Vander Esch, who's been sitting around that tier 6 for a while, just because the last couple of years he's been meh. This is a huge boon for him. The team believes in what they're seeing from Leighton Vander Esch. So, and like I said, his impact plays are a little bit higher this year, coming a clip I didn't expect. So, with playtime coming his way, with his play actually being improved enough to the point to where they were willing to get rid of Jaylon Smith, Leighton Vander Esch is a good buy right now in IDP. If you are looking for, somebody who doesn't maybe think that he's going to get back to linebacker 1 numbers, he could maybe put up borderline linebacker 1 numbers by the end of this season. Again, this is all kind of situational, but you kind of have to assess what you're going to do there for yourself. I really quickly wanted to bring this up because the conversation on the internet is that Jaylon Smith is not a good linebacker. Okay. And that's cool. But the other conversation on the internet is that PFF is the standard. So this is what PFF tweeted out. Cowboys have released linebacker Jaylon Smith. Per Adam Schefter, his grade overall 2021 is 11th among linebackers playing a minimum 100 snaps. Just for a frame of reference, that is a higher PFF grade than Bobby Wagner and a higher PFF grade than Levante David. Literally the 2 best cerebral, whatever you want to put, linebackers of the last decade, probably. Through 5 games this year, apparently, according to PFF, a neutral, objective source of information, he's really fucking good. So why did the Cowboys release him? I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. I don't know. I'm not going to try to puzzle that out, but if he is as good as PFF says he is, even though some very smart people on the internet, and I want to say shout out Marcus Mosier here shortly. We talked a little bit at the Expo about Jaylon Smith because he plays IDP, and he was telling me, he's like, man, Jaylon Smith's not that good, bro. And I was like, no, it's like, come on, he's gonna come through. I mean, you heard me stand for this mofo, but he's cut. But now I'm being told by PFF, and you guys know my beef with PFF, that he's really good. So I just have several questions in general. Like, is he good? Is he bad? I don't know. Like, that's kind of why I've kind of trusted my eyes and thought he's not as bad as people say he is. Last year, he wasn't graded out very good. This year, apparently, he's top 12. So what does this mean for Jaylon Smith? He's going to land somewhere, I fully believe. I don't think his IDP value is completely in the toilet for the season. I do not believe that at all. There are teams that are, a good middle linebacker is something that people want. And according to PFF, he's one of them now. I know that the money situation may be a little bit finagly. Somebody will figure it out, though. They have guys working on this right now. And in a different system, maybe Jaylon Smith isn't doing things like this. Maybe in a better fit, maybe with a different coach. He's in situations where pictures like this don't end up on the internet anymore. And the conversation around Jaylon Smith can progress because the last 2 years it's been, he's not very good, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now for IDP, he's been a superstar the last 3 years. He has not missed any games coming in. That was one of his big concerns was the injury for the guy. Hasn't missed any games, so that's a huge plus. And he's a solid tackler and he can get impact plays. He had, let me see his impact plays. 15 last year, not his best year, but 23 impact plays in 2019 and 22 in 2018. Coupling that with the 140 plus tackles he puts up, he's been a top 12 linebacker the last several years. Wherever he lands, I'm assuming and I'm believing he's going to get full playing time. It's not going to be like it's been this year, less than 50%, 75, 85, then less than 50% again. Wherever he goes, they're going to want him. They're plucking him from release world, waivers, whatever you want to call it. So where are some likely landing spots here? So this is where I want you guys to come in. If you're watching, listening, whatever on YouTube, comment below. Where do you think Jaylon Smith will end up? I'm also going to leave a little thing on Spotify, which you can do like little questions and stuff on Spotify now. So where do you guys think Jaylon Smith ends up? Where do you think would be the best fit for Jaylon Smith? I'm also curious about that because maybe they're 2 different things. Let me know what you guys think about that. And quickly before I go, I want to tell you guys we have a new show on the channel, and I'm actually starting a new podcast feed. So if you're listening to this on the IDP Army podcast feed, we are starting a second feed That will be with a show called The Underdogs. Myself, Dave Kluge, are going to go head-to-head every week. We're going to do a short underdog best ball draft against each other. We're going to be doing all kinds of best ball underdog content. We got a separate playlist on the channel, which you guys can go check out. You should be playing Underdog. It is really fun. You guys know me. I'm not a huge DFS guy. That's not really been my thing since I've been in the fantasy space, even as a player. But Underdog is changing that for me. It's bringing the joy of drafting and the joy of the lineups back into it in a way that DK and FanDuel literally never, ever, ever did for me. I mean, I've tried to play those. Didn't work. Just it wasn't for me. This is DFS for people that are different. So if you're here on IDP channel, you're probably a little different, and that's fine. Being different is a good thing. All right. Don't let anybody tell you it's not. You are special. You are unique. So do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and don't forget to answer the question, where do you think Jaylon Smith is going to end up? Good time to buy low if you're looking for actionable advice. Somebody's panicking. Somebody's not watching this channel. Somebody thinks that he's going to end the season with 45 tackles and 6 starts. That's not how this is going to play out, in my opinion. Could I be wrong? Yeah, but I don't think that's how it's going to be played out. So let me know where you guys think Jaylon Smith should end up. Like I said, check out the show later tonight. Myself, Dave Kluge, we're doing the Underdog draft. Click the link below. Get in on an Underdog draft. Go win you some money. And I'll be back with a shit ton more content over the next probably 48 hours. I got the ranking show. I got the show with Kluge. And well, that doesn't sound like such a huge list now that I put it out there like that, does it? But this shit takes time, okay? Just this 10-minute video you're watching, the prep time for this was over an hour. So that's life as a YouTuber, as they say. So, all right, y'all. Appreciate you. Love you. Shalom. I'll see you later.
Can feel it, thunder in paradise. Can feel it, thunder in paradise. Can feel it, thunder in paradise. Can feel it.
Let the rain hit the sand. Build a house on a rock, got a plan. Gotta get stocks, keep them bands. Hear the clock tick, blades on the fan. Used to be mundane on a Monday. Now you have fun day on a Sunday. Cause you switching it up and you living it up. You ain't getting enough.